Bienvenue, mesdames et messieurs. Welcome to an evening in Paris. It is our 6th annual Night of Heroes Gala, honoring the East Valley Man and Woman of the Year. I am Kate Ford. I have the honor of chairing this event on behalf of the Positive Paths Board. I would like to thank people for their support of this important organization. The silent auction, as you have probably gathered, is now closed. Our great team is going to tally the bids, and in approximately 40 minutes, they will place a sheet on the table announcing the auction winners. So look out for that. Oh, that's me. I would like to acknowledge the previous award recipients. If you were a recipient, please stand up. We are delighted to have tonight's honorees with us. Trinity Donovan. Welcome, Trinity. CEO of Chandler Christian Community Center. And Tim Bricker. Welcome, Tim. President and the CEO of Dignity Health East Valley, including Chandler Regional and Mercy Gilbert Medical Center. I'd like to acknowledge this evening's sponsors, without whom tonight would not be available. We have the Eiffel, they'll get there in a minute. We have our Eiffel Tower sponsor, Dignity Health, Chandler Regional and Medical Center. We have our presenting sponsor, or the Louvre sponsor, our Trust Bank. Thank you, Trust Bank. The Champs-Élysées sponsor, the C. Paul Johnson Foundation. Thank you. Our audio-visual sponsor, the Arc de Triomphe sponsor, the Rudge Foundation. Our auction sponsor, or the Versailles Palace sponsor, Mcauley's Ranch. Thank you. Sacré-Cœur sponsor, PayPal. Thank you, PayPal. And our Jardin de Luxembourg sponsor, Intel. Thank you, Intel. I'd also like to extend thanks to the Hilton for hosting us on this wonderful evening and the wonderful food that we've eaten. Nice job, Hilton. And at this point, I would like to introduce our Positive Paths President and CEO of the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce, Kathy Tilkey. Welcome, Kathy.
Good evening. I'm going to stall for just a moment as we get the PowerPoint caught up for us. Oh, there I am. It's always a surprise to see yourself up like that. Kate, thank you so much for all the work you've put into chairing this event this year, and for all the women on our board who have put time and effort into bringing us all together this evening. This doesn't happen alone, and we are a complete volunteer board. And I've said to many people, I don't know if you're going to find 20 busier East Valley women trying to pull together an organization to help other women, and I'm just really proud to serve with all of you. Before we begin, I wanted to just share just a few moments to talk a little bit about what Positive Paths is and why we're here this evening. We've been together for a long time, and I want to acknowledge Maria Hesse and Sandy Hudson. They've been with me from the very beginning, many years ago, when we realized that through budget cuts and some other unfortunate circumstances, that some of our community colleges were not able to provide some of that guidance for women who wanted to start out in their career or begin a new career and do that through education. And we wanted to know, how can we assist where the funding wasn't available? And so it took us quite a while to find good partners and figure out how we could do that. So this is the second year that we are a standalone nonprofit. Previously, we were affiliated with Fresh Start, which is a wonderful organization from downtown Phoenix, and they do wonderful work for women. But they are very focused on Phoenix, and we knew that we had women who had a hard time getting down there, and we wanted to bring together the East Valley to help women within the East Valley. And so that's why we're here today. And we have some amazing stories to share tonight, but I just want to thank you for being here to help us assist others, because we've all either been through circumstances or known somebody, either in our family or our friends, who have just needed a little help, a little encouragement to make their way. And so thank you for being that with us tonight. Since last year when we first met with you, we were really proud of some of the accomplishments, and we have awarded 5 scholarships and for 2 semesters, and so about $10,000 worth of scholarships. And this money is not just for tuition, but they can also use it for childcare, for transportation, because we believe there are obstacles and barriers that we have to overcome to really achieve our dreams and to provide for our families, and that's what we're about. Let's get rid of those obstacles and allow you to get where you need to be in your life. So we're also hiring a new part-time coordinator to help us. And Linda, I believe you are here. Will you just stand up? I'd like to introduce Linda Artak, who will be joining us on June 15th. So thank you so much. We were very lucky to work with the Encore Fellowship Program, and so she'll be able to assist us, and that's wonderful. So the other part that we're putting together since last year is we are working with some strategic referral partners within our community, and we will be announcing all of them quickly. But the important part is we want to know what services they provide, so we don't want to duplicate services, and then we want them to know about us. And the reason for that is many of us have received that call from a woman who has had something happen in their life, and then we don't know what to do for them. And so it's very important that we share with all of you that when you get that call, that there are resources out there, and that we want to share those with those people. And then when they are ready to move their life forward and develop a career, get the education to receive additional pay at their jobs to take care of their families, then we're going to be there for them. So we're really excited about where we're headed and the partnerships that we're going to make. So at this time, I'd just like to recognize our Positive Past board members. And, well, it was up, and there we go. So there's half of us right there, and then there is also another slide, I believe, that shows the rest of us. But if you would all stand, all the Positive Past board members, please stand so we can acknowledge you. And thank you for your service. I'm just humbled to be working with you and doing great things in the East Valley. At this time, we are going to show a short video to tell you a little bit about us. But before we do, I wanted to acknowledge Scott Birchman. If you'd just stand, Scott, you are the man of the hour. Thank you very much. He has donated his services for 2 years now as part of Positive Past to help us bring together a video. And working with me and getting me to get through a video shoot takes the patience, if I can't tell you. So thank you for all of that and all the nature that was helping us that day. So at this time, if we can roll the video, that would be wonderful. I'm so excited that this past year, Thanks again, Scott, for helping us with that. And at this time, I just want to acknowledge our scholarship recipients who are here in the audience. And so if you would please stand so we could recognize you. We've also paired them up with mentors, and that's part of our program as well, to have that special person they can call to give them that encouragement. So if you're a mentor, will you please stand as well? Appreciate you being here tonight. Becky, thank you. I've had the honor to serve as Sasha's mentor, and what a wonderful woman. The gift I get for just being with you is amazing. So congratulations, and we're so proud of everything that you all are accomplishing. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Bill Morton, who is going to have you reaching in your pockets, helping us out a little bit tonight. So without further ado, Bill Morton.
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here and be part of this wonderful evening. We've all had mentors in our life. Interestingly enough, 3 of my mentors were all women as I came up through the hospitality restaurant business. So I've had men in my life that were mentors, but the 3 that made the most impact on me, that saw something in me, were all women. So I find that very interesting. So thank you all for all that you do. Now, we all know why we're here. I don't need to maybe talk any more about what Positive Path does, but you get scholarships and mentoring, and you get to feel like you can do something because you've got a support organization. We've all had support organizations or support people, so.
I was about to do the script then, which was me auctioning off mystery envelopes, so clearly I'm on the wrong page. Thank you so much, Bill, for doing that, and thank you everyone that made a contribution tonight. I know the spotters are out there, but also on your table is a little bid sheet if you want to make it easy for them. Fill in your bid number and amount that you wish to donate. And all donations just hugely welcome. Thank you. Do we have the list of the people that have won the silent auctions going out? Nicole, I see you're running around. Yep. Wonderful. So out on your tables, you'll see a list if you bid in the silent auction. See if you're a winner. And thank you so much for your generosity. The items, if you're a silent auction winner, will be available for pickup at the end of our program tonight. So make sure you check out and don't forget to take your items with you. Otherwise I will, we've got a truck, so I'll put them in the back of the truck and thank you for your generosity. So tonight we're going to honour the East Valley Man and Woman of the Year. And let's start with Trinity Donovan. Can we invite Trinity up to the stage? There are very few people who have made a more concerted effort to address the issues that most impact women and families: financial stability, homelessness, domestic violence, children's welfare, and youth development. Trinity Donovan, this year's honoree, is the East Valley Woman of the Year. Trinity has worked in leadership positions with a variety of non-profit organizations for the past 15 years. She has been Chief Executive for the Chandler Christian Community Center since 2009. Chandler Christian Community Center changes lives by nourishing minds and bodies to create a connected, thriving community through food boxes, senior meals, family programming, and emergency assistance, and case management. Prior to that, Trinity served as the Vice President of Community Initiatives at the Valley of the Sun United Way, and CEO of ICANN. As a member of the Chandler City Council from 2006 through 2015, she represented Chandler citizens on a variety of issues, but friends say she was passionate about strengthening the community for families and children. She has served on the Department of Economic Security Hunger Advisory Council, the Maricopa Association of Government Continuum of Care, the East Valley Ministries Consortium, the Gilbert Citizens Action Network, and the Chandler Domestic Violence Council. She's been honored by many organizations for the service to the community. Her distinctions include Seroptimist of the Santans Women of Distinction, the Phoenix Business Journal's 40 Under 40, Chandler Alliance for Character Award, and the Stanford Associates Achievement Award. Trinity and her husband, Ray, have a daughter, Mcauley, who will grow up in a better community as a result of her mother's continued leadership and the service to the East Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, the East Valley Woman of the Year, Trinity Donovan.
Thank you. And thank you to Positive Paths for honoring me tonight. I'm truly grateful to receive this award. I'd also like to congratulate Tim Bricker on his honor. You and Dignity Health are such dedicated members of our community, so thank you for that. To the Positive Paths Board, I appreciate all you are doing, both through your community scholarships, which will come from the money raised tonight, and for volunteering your time to be mentors for women. The women on this board share my passion for strengthening families and communities as they remove barriers for East Valley women. I've been fortunate to get to serve in my areas of passion, both professionally and as a volunteer. And for over 5 years, I'm grateful for the work I've been able to do with an amazing team at Chandler Christian Community Center to help move people toward stability. Thank you to the board, staff, and volunteers at Chandler Christian Community Center who are dedicated to nourishing minds and bodies, helping people not only when they are in a crisis, but equipping them to get out and stay out of a crisis in the future. Also, thank you to the many community partners in the room who I get to work with to improve the lives of others. Thank you to my friends who are here tonight to help me celebrate this honor. Thank you to my husband, who couldn't be here tonight because he's out of the country for his job. Thank you to my parents, who modeled important values and encouraged me and my siblings to follow our passions. And thank you all for attending tonight to provide support for this important cause. Personally, I deeply value my experience serving the community, which has helped me further develop as a leader. I've seen both in my life and in the life of others that there are often 3 ways we can choose to make a difference in our community. We can share our passion with others, we can learn something new, and through those opportunities, we can find a void and fill the need. So the first way is we can share our passion with others. And one of my passions, as you've heard from me and in the intro before, is to strengthen the community. And more specifically, to strengthen the community by providing people with opportunities to succeed. At Chandler Christian Community Center, I'm able to do that both in our programs that provide for basic needs like food boxes or senior meals, and also educational classes and case management that move people to stability. And when we do something we enjoy, others can't help but catch some of our passion. Equally important to me, as sharing our passions, is to challenge ourselves to learn something new. The second way I've found people that can make a difference. Now, this involves taking a risk. When we participate in these experiences, we're not going to be the experts, and we have to be willing to learn from others. In my own life, I've had many opportunities to participate in international mission projects. I've had the ability to experience new cultures and new skills, often with a construction project to be completed. And while I did these in the safety of organized groups, they were all new experiences for me. Despite my research, I didn't know much about the cities I'd be in or the culture of the community. And I don't do construction projects for a living. But with my enthusiasm, I was able to try something new and make a difference. I laid bricks, poured concrete, built a fence, worked on a roof. And in addition to the manual labor, I was able to learn from the kids who surrounded each site, excited for the new project to be complete. I also learned from the community members who I worked alongside. These were new experiences, but I was willing to and ready to learn, to use my time to make someone's life a little easier. The last area I mentioned to be able to make a difference in a community is to find a void and fill the need. This area overlaps with one of the other areas I previously mentioned, either matching a void with a passion or filling a need by learning something new. How I decide to serve the community first must come from an understanding of what is needed in the community. And that understanding comes from listening to the community to hear what the community sees are the challenges and solutions. So thank you for letting me share some of my perspectives on service to the community. I've been blessed with so many opportunities to serve. And with these acts of service, I'm reminded how each of us can make a positive difference in another person's life. And in making that difference, we often make a difference in our own. So thank you again for this honor tonight, and thanks to each of you as you choose to impact our community in diverse ways.
So let's move on to the East Valley Man of the Year, and I would like to invite Tim Bricker to the stage. As President and CEO of Dignity Health Chandler Regional Medical Center and Mercy Gilbert Medical Center, Tim Bricker leads a team of more than 3,000 staff, 900 physicians, and 500 volunteers dedicated to providing excellent patient care. He plays an essential role in shaping the vision and strategic direction for the East Valley hospitals. Since his arrival in Arizona in 2011, Tim has been instrumental in adding trauma services to the Southeast Valley. Under his leadership, Chandler Regional is now a Level 1 trauma center, allowing community residents to receive life-saving care faster and closer to home. Tim was also influential in developing the new Phoenix Children's Hospital pediatric unit at Mercy Gilbert. The new unit houses 22 private rooms and offers pediatric specialists and services close to home for East Valley families. Under Tim's leadership, Dignity Health has reached beyond the hospital walls to improve long-term health care of the communities it serves. In 2014, more than $50 billion in community benefit reached approximately 60,000 people, many of whom are at-risk women and children through community education and health services. Tim has served in a number of leadership roles in community organizations, including board positions with the East Valley Partnership. He is the chair-elect for the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce and serves on the executive leadership team for the American Heart Association's Heart Walk in Phoenix. Tim is super supportive of women, surrounded by his beautiful wife, Carol, and their twin daughters, who will be going to college next year. He has no option but to support women. He was recognized as one of Chandler's People of the Year in 2013 by the Arizona Republic, and is now the East Valley Man of the Year. Hello, human kindness, Tim Bricker.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. What a wonderful honor it is for me to receive this award. It is a particular honor to receive the award on the same stage and at the same time as Trinity. You heard a bit about billions of dollars that we give to community organizations involved in health and wellness and education. It's really wonderful to have Trinity on our community benefit committee to help distribute those dollars. So we work closely with Trinity and really, really appreciate what she does for our community. It's great being the CEO. It's great because I get to receive a bunch of awards and a bunch of credit for a lot of great work that other people do. And I see Jane Hansen back here. Jane is on the board of this wonderful organization. Jane is also the chief operating officer at our hospitals. Jane likes to call me, among other things, ornamental. So the CEO, I was going to a recent, we have accreditation surveys that happen at our hospitals every few years, and we have very important surveyors that come from out of the state, and we have to go meet them and talk about our hospital. So I was walking to one recently with Jane, and I said, Jane, what am I supposed to do at this meeting? And she said, Tim, don't worry about it. You're just ornamental. I'll take care of it. That's what I do. In reality, I am so proud of what all of our people in our organizations have accomplished, particularly this past year, in the spirit of improving health in our communities. We really are creating a legacy in the East Valley within Dignity Health right now. And you heard about some of the specific things that we've been up to this year. We created the first level 1 trauma center in the Southeast Valley to help take care of people with the severest injuries close to home. There is no question that there are people alive today that wouldn't be without the level 1 trauma center in Chandler. We're very proud of that. We opened a new 5-story patient tower at Chandler Regional, expanded our capacity significantly, a brand new emergency room, brought in new capabilities, again, to help take care of people when they need us the most for decades to come. We opened our new pediatrics unit in partnership with Phoenix Children's over at Mercy Gilbert. And the latest thing, we opened just last week what we call a freestanding emergency room in Chandler, and it'll be the first of many. It's an emergency room without a hospital attached to it to improve access to emergency services for a very fast-growing community. I certainly hope that you never need our services, but if you do, we promise that we will be there for you with the best healthcare services available anywhere, and services provided with the love, the compassion, the human kindness that makes our organization very, very special. So what I love many things about Positive Paths, including many of the board members. And in addition to them giving me this wonderful award, I was thinking about Positive Paths, and it reminded me of the commonality with Dignity Health. And one of those elements that we have in common, I think, in a spiritual nature, is the Sisters of Mercy. Dignity Health has its roots in the Catholic Church. And although my 2 Jewish grandmothers are up there drinking a gin and tonic saying, oy vey, Tim, I'm going to talk about a Catholic organization. About 180 years ago, Sister Catherine, she wasn't sister at that point, she was Catherine Mcauley, started the House of Mercy in Dublin, Ireland. And the mission of the House of Mercy was to provide educational services and health care and support and mentoring for homeless girls, abused servant women. And the clear commonality to the mission of Positive Paths is just amazing to me. And that is certainly something we share in common, that spirit of service to others in that way. I found today part of a letter from Catherine, who then became Sister Catherine, to a Carmelite priest from 1828, describing the nature of the House of Mercy and the women who served there and the women who were served there. And again, I hope it makes you think of the mission of this organization as well. So listen to this just short excerpt from the letter. It says, "Ladies who prefer a conventional life and are prevented from embracing it from the nature of property or connections may retire to this house. It is expected a gratuity will be given to create a fund for the school and an annual pension paid sufficient to meet the expense a lady must incur. The objects which the charity at present embraces are daily education of hundreds of poor female children and instruction of young poor women who sleep in the house." It's a beautiful mission and a beautiful spirit, and I think it's something that we all have in common in this room, and it makes me especially proud to be receiving this award. I'm not saying, Jane, that you have to be a nun to be on the board. In fact, I actually know most of the board members. I don't know all of the specific criteria that are required to be a nun, but I'm fairly certain most of them wouldn't meet them. But I still think you're all Sisters of Mercy, maybe with a small s. And honestly, that we all together, and those that we have the privilege of working with, are sisters and brothers of mercy in the spirit of Sister Catherine. And it's really special to be recognized. So in closing, and while I have the stage for another 30 seconds, I want to recognize two more things. One, this is National Nurses Week in the United States. And I know we have a lot of nurses in the audience. I want to thank you all for the service that you provide in the same spirit of love and compassion that drives Positive Pass and drives Dignity Health. It's also Mother's Day on Sunday. So I want to wish Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Carol, and to all the moms out there. I was thinking about Mother's Day, and I was thinking, as Kate mentioned, we have two beautiful daughters about to go off to college, and I was thinking, all right, I'm going to make a list of all the great things that Carol and I have contributed to our daughters. So I'm going to read you the list. This is what the girls, Annie and Emily, have gotten from their mom. From Carol, they've gotten their intelligence. I'm going to cry as I read this. I promised I wouldn't do that. They've gotten their intelligence, their beauty, their sweetness. I'm going to get through it. Their generosity, their curiosity, their patience, their inability to speak in public, their love of service to others, their athletic talent, their common sense, their spirit of adventure, their grace, their good manners, their confidence, and their sound judgment. They got everything else from me. So on behalf of the 4,000 or so employees of Dignity Health in the East Valley, the 900 or so physician partners that we work with, I'm really honored to accept this award on their behalf, and I thank you, and I wish you a wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you.
Wow. That was amazing, Tim. When I first started this job, people who know me now don't know how shy I was and introverted I was and couldn't speak in public. And I remember the first time I had to go before council and, had to give a little testimony. And a friend of ours was with us and from a board, and he got home and his son told him, "Wow, Dad, you did such a great job, but that lady next to you was so nervous." And it was just horrible. But what I took away from that is Cynthia Dunham was our mayor at the time, and her husband is a wonderful man, and he came up to me and he gave me that advice, and he said, "Kathy, don't worry about the script. Always speak from your heart, and it'll come through. And when we have those emotional moments, like I did after watching the video, it's okay to do that." And so, Tim, thank you for sharing that with us. And Trinity, thank you as well. So as we wrap up this evening, I just wanted to congratulate our winners and thank you all for your generosity. It was amazing and awesome that I got the trip, but thank you for not all standing up. One of the things that I want to leave with you is, how can you be involved in Positive Pass? We're a new organization. We're not structured to have, all of these committees and all of these things to sit on yet, But what you can do for us is introduce us to women who you think can use our services and can use that support. Think about becoming a mentor and let us know of your interests so that we can partner with you. Some of our strategic partners within the community, when we've talked with them, they have people who could use mentors, and so we want to build that program as well with them. If you know somebody who would like to do a third-party event to raise some money, it's an easy way to do it. So there's lots of little things you can do to help us as we grow the organization and become much more formalized in how you can get involved other than that. But just being here tonight warms my heart, makes me feel so great that we have so many people within the East Valley wanting to help others in the East Valley, and wanted to acknowledge our scholarship winners. I am in awe of your strength and everything that you've been through. So could we just give them another round of applause? So finally, thank you for your sponsorship, for the donations, for spending your money tonight. And then for our sponsors, I wanted to just acknowledge Dignity Health, Chandler Regional and Mercy Gilbert Medical Centers, Trust Bank, C. Paul Johnson Foundation, Reg Foundation, McColl's Ranch, PayPal, and Intel for their generous sponsorship. So let's give them a round of applause. Kate mentioned that on your table, it will tell you if you won your bid out there. So checkout is right outside, and we promise that it'll go very smooth and fast for you. And don't forget to pick up your prizes, and look forward to your involvement next year. Thank you very much.